Project Archimedes, Aklanon-based resources for children's mathematics education and development strategies.
Welcome to Mathematics 6, Quarter 1, Week 1, Module 2. Lesson 1. Subtracting simple fractions without regrouping. Before we start, let's take these reminders and review. We can directly subtract fractions if and only if they are similar. Like 4/7 minus 2/7 equals n. The denominators are the same, therefore, we can directly subtract 4 and 2. However, for 3/5 minus 2/3 equals n, the denominators are not the same. Therefore, we need to change 3/5 and 2/3 into similar fractions by finding the least common denominator or LCD. Then, final answer should be in simplest form. Open your module on page 4, What's New? Estelle has 3/4 meter of linen cloth. She used 2/3 meter for one placemat. What part of the linen cloth was left? To solve the given word problem, let's subtract 3/4 and 2/3. Let's check the solution on page 5. What is it? Find 3/4 minus 2/3 equals n. Since the denominators of the fractions are not the same, we cannot directly subtract. Hence, we need to change 3/4 and 2/3 into similar fractions. Step 1. Find the least common denominator or LCD. One way to find the LCD of the given fractions is to check if the denominators have common factor. In this case, 4 and 3 do not have common factor. Therefore, we will use these numbers to find the LCD. 4 times 3 equals 12. 12 is the LCD of 3/4 and 2/3. Next, we write the equivalent fractions. For 3/4, with 12 as the denominator. And for 2/3, with 12 as the denominator. Next, step 2. Find the missing numerators. For 3/4, we divide the denominators. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. Times the numerator 3. 3 times 3 equals 9. Therefore, 3/4 equals 9/12. For 2/3, divide the denominators. 12 divided by 3 equals 4 times the numerator 2. 4 times 2 equals 8. Therefore, 2/3 is equal to 8/12. Since the equivalent forms are now similar fractions, we can proceed to subtraction. Step 3. Subtract the numerators. 9 minus 8 equals 1. Write the difference over the common denominator. The common denominator is 12. So, 9/12 minus 8/12 is equal to 1/12. Therefore, the answer to the question, what part of the linen cloth was left, is 1/12 meter of the linen cloth was left. Let's take another example in subtracting simple fractions without regrouping. On page 5, what is it? A. 2/3 minus 2/9. 3 and 9 are not the same. Therefore, step 1, find the least common denominator or LCD. 3 and 9, check if they have common factor. Yes, 3 is the common factor of 3 and 9. Therefore, we will use continuous division method. 3 divided by 3 equals 1. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. 1 and 3 do not have common factor left. Therefore, to find the LCD, we will copy all the numbers outside the division sign. 3 as the common factor of 3 and 9, 1 and 3 as the remaining quotients. Then, we multiply these numbers. 3 times 1 times 3 equals 9. 9 is the LCD of 2/3 and 2/9. Then, we write the equivalent forms. For 2/3, we write 9 as the denominator. For 2/9, we write 9 as the denominator. Step 2, find the missing numerators. For 2/3, divide the denominators. 9 divided by 3 equals 3 times the numerator 2. 3 times 2 equals 6. Therefore, 2/3 is equal to 6/9. For 2/9, divide the denominators. 9 divided by 9 equals 1 times the numerator 2, that is 1 times 2, equals 2. Therefore, 2/9 is equal to 2/9. Since the equivalent forms are now similar fractions, we can proceed to subtraction. Step 3, subtract the numerators. 6 minus 2 equals 4. Write the difference over the common denominator. The common denominator is 9. Therefore, 6/9 minus 2/9 is equal to 4/9. 4/9 is the final answer because it is in the lowest form. Before we end our discussion, remember the following. In subtracting simple fractions without regrouping, use the equivalent fractions with the least common denominator or LCD. Then, final answer should be in lowest terms or simplest form. Thank you for listening, watching, and taking part in our discussion. This is Teacher Villa saying, good luck everyone!